Hello, welcome to week 3. This is the final week of the mini-mester, and you have pushed through, and you've done a lot of work, so you should be proud of yourselves. What we're going to do this week is kind of wet our feet on the idea of literary criticism, and we're going to start by reading a play. The play is called A Doll's House, and it's by Henrik Ibsen. And I have a video here that gives you an overview of the time period, so watch that. It's not very long. And then what we'll be doing this week is preparing ourselves to write the final essay. Now, many of you are going to be exempted from the final essay because you will have the 82.51 average in the course and have completed 100% of the assignments. So the final assignment you'll be doing is actually an annotated bibliography. This is in preparation for the essay, so if you have to write the essay, this is something that will help you go along with that. So if you just click here, you'll get a video on how to do an annotated bibliography. So when you look at the video, it shows MLA 7th edition, so just remember you have to do MLA 8th edition. If we go back over to Monday, I have the prompt for the annotated bibliography here. This is the Dollhouse essay. So click on both of those and you'll get the details about the essay. The Doll's House essay actually comes with an outline for what you'll be writing and how you'll be writing it. So this will give you an idea of how to do that annotated bibliography. If you go into Tuesday, is actually where you'll find the link for A Doll's House. I've also given you a link to an audiobook of A Doll's House that's on YouTube. The phrasing of the play here and the wording in the audiobook on YouTube are not exactly the same, but they're pretty close. And in some cases, because of the change in vocabulary, it might make it a little bit easier to read. This is translated from Norwegian, and it is from over 100 years ago. So they phrase things a little differently than we would in modern time. Act 1 reflection. This is a worksheet that I have created for you to complete as you read Act 1. It'll get you thinking. It'll help you with doing the annotated bibliography as well as writing the paper. I'm not going to review these. There is a discussion based on this worksheet. So what I'd like you to do for this discussion is to look at the questions and write a 250-word response to either one or a combination of the questions in that worksheet. And then remember to respond to at least 2 classmates with a minimum of 125 words each. The initial post will be due Tuesday night and the responses will be due Wednesday. On Wednesday, we're going to go ahead and read Act 2. So it's the same as Monday. Here's the play, here's an audiobook that you can follow along with. Here's the worksheet with the questions, and you'll do the same thing. You'll be looking at questions on the Act 2 reflection to create a 250-word response, responding to either one or a combination of those questions. There's a lot of freedom here in what you talk about, and that's really the heart of literary criticism, is to really be able to get into a topic, and even if it's not exactly the question you're asked, to be able to include textual evidence and outside experiences to make it more full. So those types of responses are what I'll be looking at here. The initial response will be due on Wednesday night, and the 2 responses to your classmates will be due on Thursday. On Thursday, we'll follow the same pattern with the Doll's House, the audiobook, the reflection, and then the actual discussion board. So this discussion board will be due on Thursday, and the responses will be due on Friday. Once you've done all of the reading for A Doll's House, you might enjoy watching the movie version. It was made in 1973. It has Anthony Hopkins in it, but it is on YouTube, so the picture quality is not fantastic, and that coupled with 1970s technology might make it a little hard to watch. But sometimes watching the movie of a play or of a book helps solidify things in your mind before you go forward to writing a paper. When you get to Friday, this is the drop box for the annotated bibliography. And if you're on track to be exempted from the final exam, then this will be your final assignment. If you do have to submit the final exam, this is the drop box. I note this is due Saturday, June 3rd. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Otherwise, I'll see you on the boards. Bye.